I'll put it out there. Is there anybody that can prove me wrong?
I will. Few days back I came across this video titled I Can Disprove Hinduism in 60 Seconds. It had more than 5 lakh views and 15,000 likes. As a practicing Hindu, I thought that I should answer it. These kind of videos have a different undercurrent. They point gun towards Hinduism, but in fact they are shooting Bharatiya civilization.
In Hinduism, there are millions of gods. But if God is all-powerful and better than everything, how can you have multiple gods? And how do you rank which is most important?
So here, initially he made a fundamental mistake, that he mixed multiple concepts. While he is saying God, he is mixing the concept of Brahma and Dev. First of all, you will have to understand that God is a cultural concept. You can't take a concept of some culture and try to apply it on a totally different culture. The Bharatiya culture has its own logic behind the concept of Brahma and Dev. Bharatiya culture is not polytheistic, it is polymorphist. Polytheism believes in multiple gods, but polymorphism in this context believes that many gods are manifestation of a same supreme consciousness.
But if God is all-powerful and better than everything, how can you have multiple gods?
So as I mentioned earlier, there are two concepts, Dev and Brahma. And in English, they both are called gods. And that's the problem. As you mentioned, God as omnipotent is completely irrelevant to the context of Bharatiya concepts. So Devata are higher beings with higher powers. And they are also part of Brahma. According to Chandogya Upanishad 3.14.1, Sarvam Khalavidam Brahma means everything which is there is Brahma itself. Now, Brahma is also not God. Brahma means truth, Satya. According to Taittiriya Upanishad, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma means Satya is Brahma and it is eternal and infinite. According to Rigved 164.46, truth is called by many names. In a beautiful Marathi folk, there is a line, Hari म्हणा कोणी गोविंद म्हणा कोणी गोपाळ म्हणा कोणी नारायणा. Means you can call it Hari, call it Govinda, call it Gopal, call it Narayan, call it anything. What you will call, what name you will choose will be depending on how do you perceive it. Thus, to call this polytheism is like calling many rays of sun, many suns.
In Hinduism, people also build their own gods. They build statues out of clay and mud. How can you expect that something that is man-made is worthy of worship and can help you at all?
So to answer your second point, I will give you a short example. When you look at a photograph, do you say it's just a paper and ink? No. You understand that it represents somebody, right? So, now there are two concepts in Bharatiya culture to perceive the Brahma, to understand it. The first is Nirgun, Nirakar, and second is Sagun, Sakar. Nirakar means having no form, formless. Nirgun means having no attributes. And Sakar means having form. If we can't perceive Brahma without any form, then let's perceive it in a form. So now, man-made and the mud part. As we discussed earlier, Sarvam Khalavidam Brahma means everything which is there is Brahma itself. So there is no question of purity now. Everything which is man-made represents Brahma is also pure.
Gods in the Hindu religion also have flaws. Some cheat, some lie, some have even died. So once again, how can you worship an all-powerful creator that has the traits of a human?
So now we are talking about avatars. Bharatiya civilization's history is made of series of avatars. Every avatar has its own virtues, values, which suggests heritage, glorious heritage of Bharat. So avatar is also part of perceiving Brahma through a form. Now let's understand it from different way. There are two concepts, Siddhanta and Drishtanta. Siddhanta means principles, means concepts, and Drishtanta means illustration of these concepts and principles. For example, how a man should be. He should follow his duties. He should be ideal in every role. He should be sensitive. These all are Siddhanta. And Prabhu Shri Ramachandra is a Drishtanta.
Some cheat, some lie, some have even died.
So whenever you talk about cheating and lying, I got you. You're talking about specifically Shri Krishna. So whenever did Shri Krishna lie or cheat, he didn't do it for any selfish reasons. He did it for greater good of humanity. So there are fundamental universal principles like you should never cheat, you should not hurt anybody, which are totally right. Of course they are. But sometimes when situations warrant, you have to give it an exception. So now you talk about death. In Kathopanishad 1.2.18, Yama says that Atma never dies. Same thing is said in Bhagavad Gita 2.20. So there is no concept of death in Bharatiya philosophy.
I believe in the caste system, which means the life that you're living right now was determined based on how good of a human you were in the previous life. But we can't remember what we did in our previous life, so how is that fair and just? To me, that kind of sounds like oppression. You could be punished for what you did in your previous life and you're not even aware of what you did.
It's funny when you mix concepts. Right now you mixed three concepts. Varna Vyavastha, which is poorly translated to the caste system, Karma Siddhanta, and Punarjanma. Let's discuss it one by one. Varna Vyavastha is a system to run a society which was created in ancient time period. So it has four Varnas: Kshatriya, Brahman, Vaishya, Shudra. In Bhagavad Gita 4.13, it is clearly said that your Varna is dependent on your actions, not on your birth. Varna system was to distribute the work, not to discriminate. In later time period, it was used as a tool for discrimination and exploitation, which we should unanimously discard. Karma Siddhanta. So first of all, Karma Siddhanta and Karma Yoga are two totally different concepts. We will discuss Karma Yoga in some other video. Right now, Karma Siddhanta. Karma Siddhanta means whenever there is action, there is a consequence. So, Punarjanma. Punarjanma means rebirth. There is a concept called moksha in Bharatiya philosophy. We will discuss it in some other video. But for now, if you don't get moksha after death, then you'll have to take birth again. So to move forward, yes, Karma Siddhanta is connected to the Punarjanma in a way. When you can't face all the consequences of your actions in this birth, you will face it in the next one.
But we can't remember what we did in our previous life, so how is that fair and just? To me, that kind of sounds like oppression. You could be punished for what you did in your previous life and you're not even aware of what you did.
Now you say that is it fair if I'm getting punished for the actions of my past life, even though I don't remember it? So first of all, don't see it as punishments and rewards. See it as action and consequence. And you can't really trust your memory, can you? For example, you got so drunk at one night and jumped from a building. Now the next day, you don't remember anything. Do you? No. Will you do it now? No. But does your leg hurt? Yes. Are you in the hospital? Yes.
And the biggest thing that disproves the Hindu religion is that there's multiple paths that all lead to God. But the problem is, all the multiple paths all have different contradictions.
So let's discuss why there are multiple paths. In Bhagavad Gita 4.11, Krishna says that as you approach me, I receive you. Here, Krishna is representing the truth. Which path you will choose is dependent on your nature. And there are multiple paths for everybody. If two persons are traveling to the same destination from different locations, their journeys will be totally different. But at the end, they will obviously reach the same destination. Now, this concept is wildly elaborated in Akashat Patitam Toyam Yatha Gacchati Sagaram Sarvadeve Namaskaraha Keshavam Prati Gacchati. Bharatiya civilization is so rich, so powerful that it accommodates many paths, many culture to reach that one single truth. Bharatiya civilization doesn't deny any culture, it accepts it. It accepts both theist and atheist. If you watch that 1 minute video again, you will find a subtle trap in it. The author is intended to discriminate between Hinduism and other faiths in Bharatiya culture. Under the name of Hinduism, you are trying to target Bharatiya civilization, Bharatiya culture. And I should tell you that critics, scholars, invaders have tried this for thousands of years. Yet, Bharatiya civilization stands eternal. Why? Because they have strict adherence to their values. I will end my video here. Thank you. Vande Bharat.